And now it's time for Church Chat.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining into Church Chat. I'm here with Steve Wright. He's one of our wardens at St. John's, and I'm Laurie Robertson. And Steve is here to talk to us about things going on at the church from a business perspective. So what's happening, Steve?
Well, I wanted to give the parishioners a bit of an update on where we stand financially. That's always on folks' mind, and we really haven't talked too much about it through this COVID period. So I thought it was time to do that. All of us wardens thought it was time to do that. And I'll try to keep it simple. I mean, numbers can get a little bit overwhelming, so I'll try and keep it simple. But we have a very good news story to tell. It's actually remarkable given what we've gone through, 6 months as the church closed. And the position we're in is really quite amazing. So bottom line, we're about $35,000 in the black. That means our revenue has exceeded our expenses by $35,000. That's an amazing story. And it's made up of a number of factors, which I'll explain. One, and most critically, is our parishioners' contribution. Our parishioners have just stepped up to the plate unbelievably to make sure that we're being supported as we would normally be if we were in full operation. We're just 3% below budget, which really, in when you think about it, 6 months close is just remarkable. Envelopes just down a touch from budget and par above. Overall, our contributions from our parishioners is just more than can be expected. They've found creative ways to continue to contribute, be it dropping their envelopes in the mailbox, mailing them in, calling Laurie with Visa numbers, doing e-transfers, the whole gamut of what we've been receiving. Just amazing how they've stepped up. Two, we've done a real good job of keeping our expenses under control. So our expenses are quite a bit below what we budgeted, to be expected because, church hasn't been in full operation, but heating and everything has to continue. So it hasn't been a total shutdown of operation. So we've done a good job of cutting back on expenses where we can. So we're quite a bit under budget on expenses. And third, probably what's not well known is just how much support the church and all the churches in the diocese have had from the diocese itself. The diocese had a program they call a Jubilee. And in that program, they forgave, or I guess just maybe that's not quite the right word, but we had a period of 3 months where we did not have to make allotment contributions, and they actually covered the salary costs for the incumbent. And then they actually helped us with some expenses on the rectory and some of the other things. So when you look at that was almost $45,000 contribution that came into the church. So I told you we were about 35,000 over budget, 35,000 in the black, and we got about 45,000 from the diocese. So you can see how it kind of worked itself out. If we didn't have that contribution from the diocese, we wouldn't be in this situation we're in right now. So they did a great job. I'll stop there because I said a lot, maybe too fast. Let me know if there's something I need to clarify.
Wow, Steve, that is really, as you said, an excellent, a good news story. And in these days of COVID, isn't it amazing to be able to have a good news story for once? Thank you so much. And that I felt that was quite clear and easy to understand. I didn't think it was too difficult or too complicated, but then I'm an accountant, so forgive me if other people, but hey, they can always play it back and listen again. So that's really exciting news, Steve. Good. So anything else that you wanted to share with us? How is life for you in general?
Well, life, Kathy and I have done well through the COVID period here. We've been blessed with family that has supported us. We've taken some extra care of Joyce. Joyce has been pretty homebound, but we've been looking after her as best we can. We had a relatively quiet summer, but we're still able to see friends occasionally on patios or docks or wherever we might have been at the time. So we did okay with that. I'd like to say, and this is unprompted, folks, we really need to give kudos to Shane and Laurie for how they've stepped up during the COVID period. Running these online services, running these church chats along with Jesse has just been a huge contribution, Laurie, and I want to thank you from the Wardens and the whole team for that.
Well, thank you so much. And I know for myself, it's been a joy, and I really enjoy doing things like doing the editing of the video. That's this video we're making right now. I'll be editing once we've finished recording and putting it up on YouTube for everybody. And Shane and I have both enjoyed it, but it is a large commitment in time. And actually, that leads into another thing I wanted to mention for our viewers. This Saturday, marks the first, shall we say, episode of a new style of online worship. So Father Jesse and the lay readers have changed things up a little bit, and you'll be receiving an email about that. And the way we've changed things, it allows the burden to be greater sharing and less work overall, and so it will make it much easier for us, and I think marks an important change that we've come back to online worship. We've come back to in-person worship, and so that not everybody, of course, has come back, but we still have that available now, and so that allows us to change up the online worship a little bit. So do look for that email coming out to you. I believe you should have it before this video is posted. The other thing I just wanted to mention today is that next Wednesday, November the 4th, we're having our first of many Bible study meetings for a program called The Path, and you will have seen an email going out on that. It's a long-term Bible study. It'll take us through the whole Bible over the whole winter. And we have about 15 or 16 participants signed up. We'll do it via Zoom, and it looks like it's going to be really enjoyable. We'll get a chance to go a little deeper into the whole arc, the story of the Bible that we did recently in an 8-week series. So maybe you feel you have enough Bible in your life, or maybe you don't. And if you don't, let me know, Laurie Robertson. Most of you know how to reach me, or watch for those emails. There will be another one coming soon. So thank you, Steve, so much. And thank you to the Wardens for watching over our church building and our people and our finances and just the whole business side of things. There's a great deal of love and care that goes into that from your hearts, even though it sounds like it's sort of business-like. You do it because you love the people, and we're all so grateful. Thank you so much, Steve, and thank you for joining me today here on Church Chat.
My pleasure. I enjoyed it too.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.